From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Thanks for joining us. This program is brought to you by Ashley Regional Medical Center. Today's show features the annual Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce Uintah Basin Business Symposium. And joining me in the studio is Joe McKay, representing the Business Symposium Committee. Welcome back to Local Point, Joe.
Well, thank you. That was a mouthful, wasn't it?
That was. I got it all out, though.
I'm impressed.
Well, it's not too impressive if we're actually here. I'm reading everything. So, anyway, no, it's good to have you back here.
Good to be
this
here.
is something that we featured for many years, the Business Symposium. What year are we in now?
We are in the 12th annual production of the Business Symposium.
A long time, a good tried and true program.
So far.
Well, now, just in case people don't know what it is, let's talk a little bit about what the Business Symposium is, and then we'll get into a little bit about what this year has to offer.
Okay. Well, basically what the Business Symposium is it's a networking opportunity for managers, leaders, business leaders in the community to get together, talk about things that affect them in their lives, in their business lives, if you will, and hopefully give them maybe some key points to look at and research into a little bit more later.
To better
like I say, great
in their business.
Yeah, better themselves in their business. It's great for management.
Now, speaking of that, now you say business leaders in the community. Are you looking for a certain group of people? This isn't one industry in particular, but just any.
Pretty much anyone.
Any business owner.
Anyone who runs a business, owns a business, is a manager or a leader of a business. Pretty much anyone.
Now, how about
Government.
business size? Are you looking? Can small businesses, a privately owned small business, would this be appropriate for them to come?
Sure, we'd love to have everyone, anyone, private, government, anyone who wants to show up.
Give them the tools to improve themselves and better their business.
Sure.
All right, well, that makes sense. Well, 12 years running, and you've had some pretty interesting things happen here in the past. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on this year in the Business Symposium.
Well,
now, you've always got a keynote.
We always
right?
do have a keynote. This year it's going to be a combination of two people. Mark Eaton is going to be coming out. For those of you who don't know, you better. You should know who he is. Former jazz man.
The big man.
Yeah, the big man, number 53. And he also has a counterpart keynote with him is Kathy Lovelace. Now, many of you may not have heard of her. She is a former Miss Utah, running for Miss America, and also a corporate manager, leader, if you will, and a very successful international speaker.
So those two have teamed up, and is there kind of a theme going here with a basketball player and a beauty queen?
There is. They call it 7 success secrets to get to the top of your game.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be interesting to see what those secrets are. Hopefully they're going to tell us what the secret is.
You don't know because naturally they're secret.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And they'll be bringing those out and hopefully telling us. So.
All right, and in addition to the keynote, what else can we expect to see at the Business Symposium?
We have several booths that'll be set up in the hallway, vendors or other businesses that just want to get their name out. I do know one for sure, Uintah Recreation will be there, with that new facility that they've built.
I've heard about that.
Be handing out flyers and some other things. It's a nice facility, but we'll allow some other vendors to bring their printed materials and kind of distribute those, network with people in the community. We also will have some breakout sessions. One of them will be addressing wellness in the workplace. Of course, I'm an HR guy, so I always think that a healthy person makes a healthy employee. Let's see, we're going to be talking about some drug recognition tools that supervisors can use and what to do if they do recognize drug abuse in the workplace.
All kinds of opportunities, and this is a whole day-long thing. And I'll bet our viewers are wondering where this is and when it is, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that coming up in just a second. Now we'll be right back with more of the Uintah Basin Business Symposium after this message from our sponsor, Ashley Regional Medical Center.
Ashley Regional Medical Center supports the local community, from the Uintah High sports programs to the Relay for Life and the Dinosaur Roundup Rodeo. We work together to make our community a healthy and beneficial place to live.
Quality care with a personal touch. Ashley Regional Medical Center.
Welcome back to Local Point. Joining me in the studio is Joe McKay, talking about the Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce Annual Business Symposium. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now, when we were talking about before the break, we got to all of the things that are happening at the symposium, but something is happening in the evening. You kind of touched on that briefly. Let's go back there again.
Yes, 6:30 to 8:30 that same evening, Mark and Kathy, they also do a personal finance seminar as well, so they're going to be throwing that on. The neatest thing about this is it's free to the public, and so it's not just your business leaders, that type of thing. It's anyone who wants to show up is more than welcome.
It's personal finance, so it's not even really business. It's just it's a service to anybody who would like some tips on finance.
Yeah, how to manage your debt and all that kind of stuff, I would imagine.
Okay.
So.
All right. So if that's free, the rest of it must cost.
It does.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, let's talk
We've got
a little
to pay
bit.
For them
you
somehow.
got to pay for these people to come out. Now, what is the cost for the symposium?
To attend the event all day, it's $75, and that includes breakfast and lunch. It begins at 7 o'clock and it goes till 2 p.m.
Okay.
And we have 2 keynote sessions. Mark and Kathy will be breaking their keynote speech up in the morning. They'll address us during breakfast, and then they'll address us again at lunch.
They get the food time.
Right.
There. Everything good happens at breakfast and lunch.
That's right. So I would hope that people would sign up for the all-day thing so you can catch kind of both pieces.
Okay, but that makes me think that you could sign up for just part of it also?
That's correct. You can come just to the lunch portion, which is $25.
All right.
To participate and have lunch and listen to Mark and Kathy.
Right, but you may not get all 7 of those secrets.
That's true. That's true.
Right, so you're going to
want
to come all day.
To see how they split it up.
But you really do encourage people to attend all day, and that's the $75.
Correct.
For all day long.
Correct. And if a business wants to sponsor, you can do that as well. It's $250, and you get 2 free entrances as well as a booth. Some advertising as well, so that's kind of nice.
All right, so we're looking for people to sponsor. They can set up a booth.
Yes, sir.
And again, say it again,
$250.
$250, but they also can bring 2 people to the symposium if they do that.
Correct.
Aha.
Or it's $75 just to get the booth, so you can do kind of different.
Okay, there are options.
Sure.
So when is this thing?
October 7 is the big day.
That's my
7th,
birthday.
Which is a Tuesday, is it really?
It is. So
well,
now I've let the secret out, so viewers.
You can come get lunch. Yeah, it's on the 7th of October, and 7 to 2, 7 a.m. 2 p.m.
Okay.
So it's going to be a good event at Western Park.
The Western Park.
Yep.
All right. Do you want people to buy their tickets right there at the door, or is this something that they can do in advance? You probably want to know that people are coming.
Yeah, we want to know how many's coming
your tickets in advance.
Breakfast and lunch before the 30th or by the 30th of September is when we want you to register. You can do that by calling the Department of Workforce Services. Their number is 781-4120 or 4128.
Okay. So. Can they also contact the chamber, or do you prefer that they go through Workforce?
I prefer they go through Workforce since we have some transition going on.
That's fair enough. They can do it through there. Yep. Is it possible to get in at the door if you didn't register by September 30th?
We strongly discourage that, but
I had to ask
for numbers purposes. But yeah, we won't refuse.
You're probably not turning people away, but you would like to have numbers ahead of time.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. Okay, October 7th at the Western Park. All-day pass is $75. They're looking for participants as well as sponsors
and
set up a booth.
And booth runners. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a whole lot of fun and something that's of benefit. And as I understand, you've had a lot of good attendance in past years. Expect that this may just go on for another 12 years.
I sure hope so. It is a fun event.
Well, thank you for coming today, Joe. And thanks for watching Local Point. For more information on this program, you can visit our website, www.vernal.tv. Please join us next time.